Welcome back to Rinard, friends. As you can see, we're looking at our beautiful new central part of the downtown that we're going to expand around and build up some good solid commercial towers and everything. But you're wondering, how are we going to fund that? Well, here's the thing. With our new university here and with our geological research center, well, we've attracted the attention of Juan Braunfels from the wonderful country of Texas. And he's come to the City Fathers, and he has quite the proposition. Because you see, Juan Braunfels has discovered what Texas is known for. That being oil, petroleum. So he's come to City Fathers and he has said, hey, hola, City Fathers, I want to buy this land and have it be part of your city right now. And I will gladly give you a wonderful tax boost if you will let me come in and make my little fortune. And they said, okay, because our City Fathers, let's face it, are not known for their business savvy. They're kind of on the dumber side of things at times. And so they extend the horror that is Primrose Street. Yes, I'm going to continue harping on that because I don't know how to fix it. Tell me how to fix it if you know. But we're going to create the very first of the oil industry here in Rinard. But we're going to have two setups here, one on this side and one on this side, I think. So let's go ahead. We'll end Primrose Street in a nice, solid cross street here. And let's put in our industry. One on this side. That I will expand. One right at the end of the road. That I will also expand. And one last one to kind of gather it all in over on this other side. Alright, so first off, let's get these border lines adjusted. He represents a consortium of which Lupu, or however you say that, is a part. Doesn't seem like a very Tejan name, understandably. But that's okay, doesn't need to be. They're still going to extract the valuable petroleum products and ship them off. And the tax base is going to dramatically help our city to be its best. Now, just quickly buzz through this and we'll do a little time-lapsey, and we'll come back. We're adding in one more because there is room for one more provider of oil and petroleum products. And they're going to go here on... Okay, Primrose became Umber apparently. Why not? Why not? Why not?
goes, why not? I go, why not? Pretty soon the whole group goes, why
not? Oh my gosh. The naming processes of this game are just absolutely flabbergasting. Alright, so friends, we've had these changes. They've been wonderful. We've had some growth. It's been good. Let's see if we can't get a nice little increase to our tax base by adding in the industry here. Let's take a look at what that does with our airflow. We look at our industrial airflow. Guess where it's blowing? Straight across. So that'll be just fine. It's not going to affect any of our other parts of the city. Wonderful. Time for another historical interlude. In the universe of Ilbethsad, the country of Tejas has a fraught history. Tejas owes its existence in part to the simple fact that the United States does not exist in Ilbethsad. Founded originally as a colony of Castile and Leon, it was then later captured by insurgent Mexicas, who captured it and had it be part of what became the country of Mexico. This was upset in 1840 by the secession of Tejas, and it became its own kingdom, the Reino de Tejas, which lasted from 1844 to 1898. However, there were a number of different attempts at republic, dictatorship, military juntas, the most recent concluding in 2003 with the deposition of Jorge Bush. In 2004, the king was crowned King Juan Carlos. And to this day, Tejas remains a relatively stable neighbor for the country of Louisiana. We can't say the same for Alta California, but we'll cover that in a different historical interlude. And thank you for coming with me now on this historical interlude. Hope you learned something. Let's get back to Rinard. And that will get everybody across on now apparently renamed Umber Street. Don't know how that works, but okay, sure. Why not? We have one prisoner in our prisons. See, we're a pretty safe place. But if you'll notice, we've got a fire. Oh no! Whose house is on fire? Oh no! It's the Quinn family! Rashly Quinn. No, it's Haven. Quick, fire trucks! Quick, to the rescue! Phew, that's a relief. Can we insist on no parking? It'd be nice if there was a way to do no parking on these roads.
Wait a minute!
Hold on. Who are you and where did you learn to drive?
Who are you?
Okay, I'm going to report you to your supervisor, maintenance worker man. Driving all over people's yards like that. What's up with that? Alright. Friends, we spent a little time building up over here. Getting everything gussied up and adding in all sorts of housing and everything else. We've got some big demands going. But now I think we're going to look at a nice solid grid for this part of town. We've got our roads. They are 4-lane roads. We'll continue that. We'll set up the grid. 4-lane road, grid again, like I chose, but then deselected promptly. So let's go ahead and let's set up a nice solid 90 there. And let's make a nice grid. Want it to be like that? I think that looks good. That's one way to approach it, I guess. I'm gonna have to work with that tool and other practices, because, yeah, I didn't like how that was working. 90-90, there we go. $90, $180, there we go, and across. Turn off all the snaps because apparently that's just going to give me a headache. There we go. It's that whole breaking the grid thing that happens. We've zoned in a big land area here. That one's going to follow the train tracks and connect solidly there. Solid 90s, good. Sure. Okay. Now comes the fun. And I say fun very loosely because we're going to expand and have a very large build-up here. We're going to build a massive office block structure here. We're going to build in some commercial here. We're going to put commercial out here close to the rail line for some nice buffering because it's loud and noisy. And then, as we get away from that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to embrace some European-style high-density housing there. And we'll change it up and we will put in some UK high-density here as well. And then we will come in and extend our bus lines while those fill in. So let's do the bus lines. We'll need bus stops. We'll want a bus stop here and here and here. And we're just kind of hitting all the big blocks. It can come down there and do a loop-de. But we're also going to have a big stop here by City Hall 1, which is the mayor's home, really. Giving plenty of place for it to stop. And we will then reroute the bus line. Ready, buses? Here you go. New route. New assignments. There we go. We've just increased our bus line, and look at that. We've got a very booming downtown built in. Yola and Crittenden and her friend Sarah have both jumped in on this, and look at how quickly that is built in, and look at the size and beauty of it. It is definitely a strong downtown area. But this isn't the only downtown area we're going to build. Because as you'll recall, we went ahead and we gathered up this land here. that we will look at in a future episode as we connect out to the highway on that side. Now, we've used a lot of demand here, but there is always room for some more commercial. We will need to have some good solid commercial built in there, but we're going to need additional items because, as you can see, schools and high schools are getting rather tight. So to help accommodate our burgeoning youth, we'll build a school there, and then we're going to come in with a city high school to share the rest of the block there with them. And we will go ahead and we will add expansions onto this right off the bat. Although the French one probably would have been a better choice, as it holds way more students on a smaller footprint. But we are fitting it in as we go. Now, not everyone's going to be able to afford the big tall buildings. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go for the French low rent housing, which will provide a nice step down tiering, probably, for that. Let's see. You know, let's do the EU low rent on this one instead. And we'll let that build in. Look at how that's coming in. Isn't that coming in nice? I think it's just going to be a very, very nice addition. We are asking for more office space. So friends, we're going to give it to them. Office space it is. Now, part of what we planned, and it's time for it, is our special Maison du Savoir Numérique, which we will go ahead and we will build in. But it has that flat side, so let's see, which side's the flat side? So we will want it to actually be right here. Or here. Yeah, I think here will be good. Because that way we can have our other French-style office buildings to kind of close off the oddity of the sides here. There we go. Look at that, and our city's exploding in population. But we're going to need probably some additional death care and other items out here. And of course, Yolande Crittenden is not going to, be one to give up her lovely rating Rue d'Amitié and Foggy Street. So she'll want those to connect through. So let's go ahead, since it's going to be needed anyway, we'll bring in some good solid appropriate death care with a nice crematorium here. And that will help take care of that. We're going to need to make a district. And we're going to have to actually adjust things because no longer is the District Central going to enclose what is the college area. So we're going to have to adjust that. So say goodbye to the college area. College is going to have its own personal acceptable zone. Let's see. I may have to do this off camera, because as you know, these zones get to be difficult at times. Okay. No, this will be Rinard University. Let's make sure our hospital here has coverage for everybody. It should just cover the whole city, and I believe it does. Okay, perfect. Make sure our firehouse and police house cover things. Yep, you can do that. We don't have enough power, you say? Well, we're gonna have to address that. What's going on here? You're overburdened, huh? Well, let's do something about that. We're gonna need to have, that's right, a power substation. Let us go ahead and pull in that power substation very quickly here. We'll need that. Not sure how that one will work. Let's see if we can't have it fit in here next to the crematoria. See what that does, how that helps, if that helps. Let's look. Yeah, see, it needs to have power lines. It says it doesn't need power lines, but it needs power lines. Okay, let's stop connecting there, please. We're gonna have to buy the land, friends. City fathers pulling it quickly though and realizing what they've got to do to keep everyone happy, because that downtown is definitely some place that wants lots of power. Let's see if that can help speed things along and improve the situation of our city. Let's look. Yes, it did. That helped a bunch. Big help. And how's our garbage going? Pretty good. Can we add? We can add more garbage trucks. Which it's not letting me do for some reason. It's probably because of the power lines. We will make it work somehow. In fact, friends, quick little montage of carrying out the rail lines. Because those rail lines are going to redirect not over there. And they're going to peel off here instead. Because we need to go straight through here. Straight under the bridge. Why does it snap to the power lines? It doesn't make any sense at all. Clicking on that, and for some reason it's bringing up the garbage facility. I don't understand that. Let's see if that affects the ability of this. What's the problem? That's a frustration and a half. City Skylines, Colossal Order. Did you guys, like, you know, do something about that? Because, like, that's, like, not, like, crazy annoying or anything. Like at all. Well, that was a harangue and a half, but let's see what that does now that we've got that fixed. Look at that, and our city is just burgeoning out, but you know what we need? Near to our college, we need some housing areas. You would imagine that there would be some dorms here at the college. So let's set up a few alleyways that could, you know, be for our student body. All right. We're gonna make it a nice mixed area because there will be commercial needed. There will also be housing needed. And that will make a nice little buffer zone between the college campus and the rest of the city. Let them kind of block out the loud noise of the downtown. See how our traffic is here at the train station while we're here. Pretty solid trains coming and going. Let's take a look at the actual train line views. Pretty solid. Turning out nice. Friends, look at this city of ours. It's sure turning out great. We've got a nice solid downtown building in. We're going to expand it around here, fill it all in. And next time, we're even going to bridge our way across and connect to the highway over there, adding a second connection, so that not everyone has to come in right along Boulevard Grand Soleil, because that will get pretty heftily bothered by all of the traffic eventually. Oh, let's see. We need to take care of this area too, though, don't we? Because they would have some housing in here. Bremenberg, there you go. A little love for Bremenberg. Won't that look nice when that's all said and done? Look at these all growing. So much wonderful growth and improvement and change. Excited for it. Just excited to see all of this. Friends, Rinard is just doing wonderfully. We're almost at 100,000 citizens living here. Who'd have thought that, you know, Phil Keaton would have been able to build such a wonderful place? Him and Yolande, Crittenden, and good old Georges Dulac. So you can see his little private school's doing well as well there. Friends, things are moving apace. We've got attendance coming in at all of our different parts of the university. The downtown is booming. Friends, this is our city, and I'm so glad you're here for the ride. I look forward to showing you how things develop further down the road. But in the meantime, keep building, and we'll see you soon. Bye.